What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Nova. And I'm super excited to finally get an update of this version of the character. Hasbro tried to do one years ago in the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave, and I'll be honest with you, that figure was straight up trash. But in Hasbro's defense, it was before they really found their footing and before they really took Marvel Legends seriously. In fact, I feel like they were just trying to do what Toy Biz was doing, but with a bunch of shortcuts. In fact, the body that they used for that Classic Nova was a retooled version of Toy Biz's Bullseye, and it just was not a very good figure. It wasn't fitting for Nova, and it just looked bad. I just want to forget about it. I have it somewhere. I'm not going to bust it out now because it's thrown in a bin. I have no idea where, but just know that it was a very, very bad figure, and this awesome character was in desperate need of an update, so I'm happy that Hasbro did it, and it looks like they did a good job. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting off with the packaging. Unfortunately, my packaging had like a smudge on it, so I tried to clean it up with alcohol just so it looked nice here on camera, but I ended up fading up the box. I don't really care because it's going to go in the garbage, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's not how it came. It had the same nice box art that we usually see on Marvel Legends, but I went ahead and messed it up in an attempt to try to make it look pretty for the camera. But who cares, because after I take the figure out, it's going in the garbage. But anyways, you can see the figure through the window. Right here it does say Nova. The man called Nova, actually. And then on the side of the box, we get some awesome looking Nova artwork. And I like the yellow gold color that he has right here. And I kind of wish the figure matched that a little better. They went a different route. But I love the way that he looks on the side here. And then on the back, we get a little bit more of that same artwork, but blown up. And then we can see some more things going on there. Looks like he's flying through space, so that's awesome. And then right here, we get a very brief description of Richard Rider's Nova. And that's about it for the packaging. It's collector friendly and all that good stuff. But enough about this box. Let's go ahead and take a look at Nova. And so here we have Nova right out of the box, and this is probably going to be a very quick review because there's really not a whole lot going on with this figure. It's pretty simple, but he does the job. It's a good looking representation of classic Nova, so I do like it, but I think there's a lot they could have done here to make this figure a little bit more interesting. As it is right now, it looks like he's reusing Bucky Cap's arms and legs, and I think that was a huge mistake because these arms and legs have like the pin showing. I think this figure would have been a lot better if he had the pinless thing going on with the arms and legs mixed with the new torso. I think it would have made this figure feel like a brand new piece. But as it is right now, even though there are new pieces, it pretty much just feels like a repaint of Bucky Cap. The torso is definitely different from Bucky Cap, so I could appreciate that. And I really like what they did with the shoulders. I like how the shoulder pad is like a separate piece and it just moves along with the arm. It's very similar to what we saw on the Silver Centurion Iron Man. I think that's a really cool way to handle that, and I do like that a lot. And the torso does look good. I can't really tell. It might be reuse, actually. I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, it looks new enough, in my opinion. I just can't remember if they've used this torso setup on another character. But yeah, I really wish they would have given him the pinless joints on the arms and legs. I think it would have made this figure a lot better. As it is right now, using these Bucky arms and legs, it just kind of makes this figure feel outdated right out of the box. So that's a little unfortunate. But like I said, it does the job. It looks like classic Nova, so I like it. The head sculpt looks good too. It's definitely old school 90s version of Richard Rider, so I think that's awesome. We've got the star in front of the head that looks nice. We've got the blue eyes, and then the lower half of the face looks good too. Moving down into the body, the gold is pretty nice, but there are some small paint imperfections in here. Nothing major, but I think for the most part it looks okay. I kind of wish that they would have went with a brighter yellow or a brighter gold here instead of this like dull looking color. I think it would have been nice if it matched the artwork on the box. But as it is, it's okay. It looks pretty good. And then aside from that, moving down into the rest of the body, there's not a whole lot going on. You know, the paint is okay. It's not super crisp and beautiful or anything, but it's okay. It's not like super sloppy either. So I'm okay with it. And as far as accessories go, he does come with 2 sets of hands. So first off, we have a pair of fists, and then we have a set of open flat hands. And he also comes with this little guy, and his name is Cubit. And this is a character that appeared much later than when Nova actually looked like this. So this kind of came out during like the Annihilation era and around that time, as far as I know. I'm not 100% familiar with this character, but I was reading up on him a little bit, and it sounds like he appeared around that time. Not so much when Nova looked like this. So it's kind of a random thing to throw in there, but it's cool because it's a whole different character, so you could just have him hanging out with your cosmic Marvel Legends figures. And it does come with this stand, which does a good job of holding them. So you know, I'm never going to complain about throwing something random in like that, even if it doesn't quite go with this version of Nova. And it looks good too, you know. It's very well sculpted. It's got the red star on the face, and yeah, it has a gold color that matches the figure. So I definitely think that's a cool little thing to throw in there. And now for some size comparisons, we have Nova alongside a couple of his new Warriors teammates. On the left, we have the Night Thrasher from the Marvel Legends Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. And on the right, we have Rage. I love seeing these three characters together. Hopefully they keep on giving us new Warriors figures. I'm sure Speedball is going to be on the way. I'm just curious as to what body they're going to put him on. But yeah, I really hope that they complete this team. I think it's crazy that we've even got these three at this point. So that's pretty awesome, and hopefully they continue on with it. And then next up, we have Nova alongside the Marvel Legends Darkhawk and the Marvel Legends Star-Lord. And man, I love this Star-Lord figure. I feel like this guy doesn't get enough love. And just this look and era for Star-Lord just has kind of been disregarded ever since the movies came out. But this look right here and the books that he appeared in when he looked like this are the reason why Star-Lord is awesome. But yeah, I love that damn figure. And then next up, we have him alongside the Marvel Legends Marvel and the Marvel Legends Super Scroll Build-A-Figure. And just in case you want to do some cosmic crossover action, here we have Nova alongside the Star Wars Black Series Bad Batch Hunter and the Star Wars Black Series Imperial Trooper. And to finish up the size comparisons, here we have Nova alongside the Marvel Legends Bucky Cap and Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man. And I'm sure that you're 100% aware of the articulation on this figure, but let's go ahead and run through it anyways. First off, the head is on a ball joint, so it does move side to side. Get a little bit of tilt, but not a whole lot. He can push his head up to about right there, which is pretty good for flight poses. You can bring it down to right there, which is awesome. And then for the torso, we have a waist swivel and then an ab crunch. Ooh, that crunch is pretty good. Ooh, and it goes back to right there. So that's nice. And then for the arms, no butterfly joints or anything, but he does have ball jointed shoulders that do go all the way around. And as I mentioned before, I really like the way this shoulder pad just kind of travels with the arm. And then you can bring his arms out to the side to about right there. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Pretty good. He's got upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist. For the legs, they come out to the side a really good amount. It looks like they've been working on these hips to get them to work a little better, so that's pretty good. Kick forward to right there, kick back to right there. Then he has upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, lower leg swivel, rocking ankles. They go up to right there, come up to right there. So yeah, you know, nothing amazing as far as the articulation is concerned. You could definitely get him into some cool flight poses, which is pretty much all you need to do with Nova. As long as you could do that, I mean, I really have no complaints. Obviously, it would have been cool if he had more articulation, but as it is right now, I think he has enough to get the job done, and it's fine, you know. Again, I kind of feel like this figure feel like they didn't put a whole lot of love into it, you know. They just threw together some basic parts and kind of put it out there. And as far as the articulation goes, it does feel very, you know, just very standard, basic Marvel Legends articulation. All right, so overall, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, the dust settles, and it's all said and done, I'm happy to have this version of Nova. I think he's going to look good alongside the other new Warriors, and I do feel like he's a huge upgrade over the previous Classic Nova that Hasbro gave us. But still, with all that said, I'm pretty underwhelmed with this figure. I feel like there's a lot they could have done to make this guy better and more interesting. The first thing they could have done is given him the pinless arms and legs. I don't understand why don't they just make that a standard going forward? I understand that they have to reuse pieces and stuff, but why use these old body parts? Because now we have this classic character that they finally gave us, and he feels old right out of the box because he has these old ass arms and legs. If they would have given him the pinless technology for the elbows and knees, he would have felt modern and more in line with the stuff that Hasbro is putting out now. Like if you put this guy next to the recently released Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man, they're gonna feel like they're from two different eras, you know? Like the difference is going to be insane. I don't have that Iron Man yet, but it looks amazing. And when you compare it to something like this, it just makes this guy feel old, you know? And if they would have given him the pinless arms and legs, that would have done a lot to make this guy feel a little bit more modern. On top of that, I feel like they should have done a different color for the gold, like something a little bit more bright yellow. I think that would have been awesome. But you know, it is what it is. That might just be a preference thing. Personally, I like the bright comic book colors, so I think that would have been nice on Nova. Another thing they could have given him is an alternate head, you know, just like an unmasked Richard Rider head, or they could have given him a head sculpt where he had the long hair. That would have been awesome too. It would have been something else to make this release a little bit more unique and fun and interesting. Another thing I would have been down for is if they would have sculpted the design on the chest rather than just painting it. I think that would have been cool too. And also the belt, as it is right now, it's just painted on. Like, it would have been cool if they sculpted a belt on there. I know that Nova has a simple design, but there's things they could have done here to make this figure a little bit more interesting, to make him feel better, and just make it feel modern. That's the main thing. Some of the sculpted details would have been nice, but honestly, it's the lack of pinless elbows and knees that really make this figure feel old. That should really be a standard going forward. They've got to stop using these old body parts and just kind of move forward with it, because you know, the results are clear. When they go forward and use these new body parts and do new things, like, people love the figures and they're highly regarded. But then when they do stuff like this, you know, people just kind of shit all over the product. And I feel like that's going to be the case with Nova. I have a feeling he probably won't be the most popular figure because he feels old right away. I think that's the main problem with this guy. But still, with all that said, I like the figure and I think he's going to be cool with the new Warriors, but he could have been a lot better. And with that, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Also, be sure to hit the bell notification so you know every time that I go live. Thank you very much. Peace.